The last time we fought Dagon and Astarte, and so now the only one we have left is Moloch. There are going to be 2 levels before we get to him. One of these 2 levels is actually quite large, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to do both of them today. Most likely we will do one of them today, and then next week will be the big finale with the next level and the final boss fight. And hello Whimsy Kitten, welcome to the stream. Okay, cool, so I'm just gonna have a look at whether we've done everything that we're supposed to be doing. I think we unlocked this, yes, but we did not go through the door yet. Okay, cool. Cool. Just making sure that we are actually where I supposed we were. I don't have any money to buy anything. Okay. Yeah, so now we get to the Dredge Works. The Dredge Works is a super long level, so this is gonna take us a while. It does have one of my favorite lines in the entire game. So this is basically, we're going to dismantle Moloch's mining operations and his armies and all that, so that we can soften him up a little bit before we actually go and fight him. Alright. And we're also not going to do the most efficient way to get through this level, because if we did that we would be missing this really great line that I talked about, so we're going to go a slightly different route this time.
Confronting the war machine that fuels an entire demon army.
It's gonna be fun, right? Just when we were getting bored.
The horsemen are not to be trifled with.
Let's light them up!
Alright. So if I remember correctly, there's a side objective here for destroying a bunch of barrels, so we're just gonna do that right away. I think we have to destroy 100 of them. Not too hard to do if you spend a little bit of time looking for them. And we're basically back near Blackstone Keep. So this all used to belong to Samael until the beginning of this game. And basically we're taking back what was his and destroying Moloch's army in the process.
Moloch's forces approach.
Aww, what do they think they're gonna do?
He does have a point. They have not been very efficient so far. And not even been effective, honestly. So these guys are exactly like normal Legion soldiers, except they are on fire and they can set you on fire. You get an extra core for them, which, if I remember correctly, is not all that great, so... We're just gonna move right on. Oh, barrel. Get me though. Yep, there we go. I completely forgot to look what that core actually does. I do like the music in this level, folks. Up we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't throw me off of there. Alright, let's see if we can get that bottom coin. If not, no big deal. Alright. Ah, yeah, there's 100 barrels. Oh, that's not too bad.
Another trophy!
Oh wow, he's moonwalking. Nice. So this is a armored Legion Master. Same as the normal ones, only more HP. So, and of course a separate core, which is actually pretty good. Like this one actually is worth getting if you can. Unfortunately, you get it so late in game that it's not really worth hunting for unless you are actually planning to replay all the levels in Apocalypse, then it's definitely worth it. And this level also has our last trickster door that we haven't opened before, aside from the one in the void. So the next level won't have any, which means that after this we can actually go back to the levels that we've already visited, and we can get the remaining trickster keys, so we can open the one in the void. One thing I gotta say I love about this game is that hell is not just stereotypical flames and suffering. It's like, we have seen so many different environments for hell already. And each one of them is kind of inhospitable, but they are all different. I really like it. And we do find out in Darksiders 3 that there are actually 9 hells. So I wonder which of the 9 hells we're currently in. And if there is a specific hierarchy where the deepest hell is the worst one. Alright, now here, as you explode these crystals, it's gonna trigger a bunch of enemies. I can never remember which one of the ones we actually need to get, so we're just gonna destroy everything. I could actually, yeah, let's use Havoc Point for this one. It's gonna make our life a lot easier. Done. And I think there's one more thing to get here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there we go. Alright, there we go. That was the last trickster door within an actual level. Now we only have the one in the void left to do. Awesome. Alright, now we can actually move on to where we were supposed to be going. And like I said, we're going to take a short detour from the most optimal path, just in order to get one of my favorite dialogue lines, because there are a few lines that don't trigger unless you meet specific circumstances. So the most efficient path would be to climb up on the right over there. Before we do that, we are just going to first of all get ambushed by these demonic geomancies. These guys are actually easier to take care of than the previous mages that we've seen, because they only spawn tremor crystals, which we can destroy and which are relatively easy to avoid. So not too bad, especially compared to the normal demonic mages. Alright, just gonna open all of this up. And you want to head straight for the wall on the other side of the level.
This operation is massive. Moloch has made the most of his time here.
Yeah, there's no quick way to do this one. A wall this big always has something fun on the other side.
I've seen bigger.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
There it is. Ah, strife. Just like, do I really want to insult my brother's size here? Yeah, no, we're gonna leave it alone. Because yeah, that dialogue only triggers if you have not yet opened the hidden door in this level. Once you have, well, not hidden exactly, but the switches to it are hidden, and once you have opened those switches, that dialogue no longer triggers. So that's why we looked at it now. And yeah, basically all of this is has been created in the time that we spent chasing down the other demon lords. So I gotta hand it to Moloch, he's been really efficient. Alright, now this part is a bit of a pain in the ass, and you definitely want to use Strife for this, because you want to take out the guys on these platforms while you are passing by, but you do not yet want to jump onto the platform. It's actually a lot easier if you do it on the way back.
Catch, horseman!
Oh. There we go. Alright, and now we go back. And we're actually going to switch to war for this because we're going to need him in a minute anyway. Gotta wonder though if that wall was already there or if Moloch built that as well, or only just the mining equipment. Oh, nice trophy. Alright, so there's the first hidden switch for that door, and now we're gonna go and get the second one.
We destroy!
Yeah. Please get out of this corner. Thank you. God damn it, why do you guys have to have so much health?
Into the dirt.
Ow! Shit. So unfortunately we can't pet these hellhounds, and we're actually better off killing them so they don't knock us off the platform. And we want to take a little detour here. God damn it. There we go. That's fine. Alright, and if I'm not entirely mistaken, that should be the last piece of Stripe's abyssal armor behind that. So, that's nice. Now before we go there, we face the Houndmaster again, and I gotta wonder, is this the same Houndmaster that we fought previously, or are there multiple ones? And if so, which of the two is the one that the journal refers to with, like, his entire backstory of how he used to have to fight in the arena and then tamed the hounds and all of that? Like, are there multiples of this guy? Is this one a copycat? Or is he just called the Houndmaster because he actually has the hounds fighting with him? So many questions and no answers.
Seek prey.
Alright, let's see if we can actually get rid of him while we're up here.
Feast
No.
my house.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Feast.
That was close. There we go. I am gonna try to leave these hounds alone as much as I can, but some of them are already awake, so some of them I will definitely have to... Some of them I will definitely have to kill, because if you fight next to a hound, they will always wake up, so... Oh, wait. There's a core. I'm gonna take that. Thank you. Oh, there's actually one that wants to attack us, okay. Sorry guys, I was gonna leave you alone, but if you're gonna come after me, then we gotta go.
We fear nothing. We cannot fall for the Legion.
Yeah, let's take care of this guy first. And then we get to that area on the right that we just saw, which is actually another side quest for this level, where we have to destroy all 3 drills that Moloch is using in this area. Alright, let's go.
Whatever he's mining here, it looks dangerous.
Then let's do what we can to stop him.
That is a good question. What are they mining here? We never find out, but okay.
I'd love to see the look on Moloch's face now.
Moloch's plans fail him.
Alright, and here's our secret door. And yep, abyssal armor. Oh no, wait! I still have to go back to the previous level to get another piece. Ah, too bad. I was hoping we could already equip it for this level. Too bad, so sad. Gonna have to do it after we're done here. So yeah, as soon as you have opened that door and as soon as you have collected the abyssal armor piece, the dialogue that we had previously here will no longer trigger, so I really recommend that you...
One, but we are many.
Dude, where are you even? So I really recommend that you go here first before you open that door. And hello, Sacho, you're... Welcome to the stream. Oh, come on, Mayhem, seriously? Girl, don't do this to me. So we're just gonna demolish everything because we don't like Moloch and we just want all his stuff to be gone. Ah, there he is. Okay. Alright, now this is the way we do actually have to go, but we're not gonna go there just yet. We still have a few things to do here on ground level. Because this area, this level has ground level, upper level, and then a subterranean level. So that's why I'm saying this is the longest level, probably the longest level in the entire game.
I give my life to the battle!
Alright, come on. Let's go. Yeah, okay. That usually happens. Usually the first one just explodes in my face. And then the second one is on a timer, so we gotta hurry up a little. And there we go, second drill. Ouch. Oh, come on. What is wrong with the collision in this part? just want to get up here and get this Bolton coin. Damn it. Alright, now I'm just gonna have to get the last drill and then we can actually go where we were supposed to be going. There we go.
We fight on!
Come on. There we go.
I find it very satisfying to disrupt the work of a creature such as Moloch.
Who doesn't love some good old-fashioned disruption?
Thrice encouraging his little brother in his destructive tendencies. I mean, it is Moloch stuff, so who cares? Oh, no, wait. That would be if it was upstairs. Okay. Oh, whoa. Wow, how did I do that? That was kind of amazing and how absolutely clumsy it was. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, at least now we actually need this lever. Can actually use it.
We should keep moving. The foreman will be deep in the facility.
Do we really have to kill him just for Samael?
Yes, you do really have to kill him. Also, it's never quite said why exactly the foreman was important. Like, we do know that he was important to Moloch, but we don't know why. Like, what did this dude do that no other demon could do? Alright. And now we're basically gonna have to defend this place against a bunch of thieves until the elevator arrives again. And this will open up the gate over here. There we go. And yeah, as for Sachayo's comment in the chat, Samael is always very deliberately vague about his missions. Like, he always gives you just enough information, but not as much as you would want. Like, enough information not to die, but not enough to actually understand what's going on. And that's definitely gonna come back to bite us in the ass here. Now, I hate this area because it is so small, and if you get thrown off, you have to climb all the way up again, so... Yeesh. Do not like fighting here. Oh, and you can get boxed in really easily. That's good.
Destroy it all!
So yeah, this thing improves our counter damage, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna see if I can put that somewhere in our skill tree as soon as we're done taking out these guys.
Catch, horseman!
Alright, now we have an easy way up here again in case we get thrown down.
Moloch's ambitions have grown. Lucifer has emboldened him, and with the destruction of Samael's keep, he gains a foothold in hell.
He'll be less of a go-getter once I put a few bullets in his thick skull.
It unnerves me that Lucifer would meddle in the affairs of lesser demons. What does he gain from their squabbling?
We'll know sooner or later.
There is a bigger plot unfolding, and I fear we've become part of it.
Guess that's our job. You say it all the time. We're horsemen. They'll answer for what they've done.
Have you actually been listening?
Don't flatter yourself. I just want to put an end to Lucifer's plans so we can get on with things.
Too late. I know you listened.
Oh man. So yeah, they are aware that they are being played, they just don't know how, and
What do you
yeah,
want to bet performance on the other side of this thing?
it is gonna come back to bite them.
Let's break it and find out.
I like War's attitude here. Like, let's just break it and find out. Sounds good. Oh, one of these guys. Can you just come over here, please? Come here. Come here. No? Alright, fine. Yeah, I am not going to fight this guy normally. Forget about it. If he's not gonna come to the explosive barrel, then we're just gonna mow him down with anarchy. I'm not wasting my time on this dude. There we go.
Stop this machine, we should journey below.
Which we will do in just a minute. But first we're gonna take out these guys. And actually, fun fact, War is the one who is better equipped to break this thing, because the final boss of this, well, one of the final bosses of this area is going to be a machine. And it is actually ridiculously easy to break this machine with War. Much easier than it is with Strife. Alright, I'm just gonna check if we have anything left in this floor. No, all good. And F2 is also okay, except for the stuff over here, which we will only get to with the foreman. Okay, cool. Now we can go below. Fun fact, there is actually a part in the Abomination Vault novel where Death and War are standing in the laboratory of a kind of mad maker who is trying to bring back ancient Nephilim weaponry, and they are pondering where to find any clues, and Death has the overwhelming urge to actually smash everything that's in there, like all the furniture and everything. And the only reason why he does it, he's like, as satisfying as it sounds, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna help us. And I'm like, considering how much it actually helps that you do smash stuff in game, might have tried at least. Because yeah, in these games, just smash everything. At the very least, you'll get some souls. Okay, so it's one of the ones that actually explodes upon collision. Okay, cool. As for for Whimsy's question from the chat, he does seem to be somewhat therapeutic to them. I mean, the thing is, they are using wrath energy in order to fuel like their special abilities, and that usually comes from hurting enemies or killing them. So I'm guessing, considering that that's how Lilith made them, yes, it might actually be highly therapeutic for them to just smash stuff. Also, nobody's gonna complain if you smash a little bit of stuff. Whereas if you just go ham on a whole population of a planet, that might be a little bit more tricky. I mean, when you think about it, these guys are used.
Look at all this fancy stuff. It's kind of fun to watch, being honest.
You certainly could work on your discipline and focus.
Sorry, what was that?
So, what I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, these guys are basically used to going from planet to planet and just turning the entire place to ash, so I imagine having to restrain themselves on a mission must be its own kind of hell for them. There is actually, in the Abomination Vault, when War gets his mission to go to heaven and destroy a weapon that Abaddon is working on, the first time they tell him, oh, this is a matter that requires like delicate attention, and he's like, seriously, can you just send Stripe? Like,
oh, hey guys, I was wondering where all the disposable henchmen were.
Stripe, by the way, is also having the time of his life, but he does genuinely seem to enjoy like the actual mechanics of this machine. So I do have this headcanon that Stripe actually does love like all the little bits and pieces that go into like the weaponry and armory of demons and angels, and that he does actually like to tinker around with this stuff a bit, because he does genuinely seem to enjoy himself in this place. But of course we are gonna have to wreck it, because we need to get rid of Moloch and his guys.
No, it's the quiet moments like this that I enjoy the most.
Say that again.
I'm just playing. It's the wholesale evisceration of our enemies that I enjoy the most.
Wars like, who are you and what have you done with my brother? Alright. I know we're gonna get ambushed here, so I was waiting for that, but apparently we have to throw this river first. Okay. We'll do that. It is kind of amazing though how very backwater in terms of technology Hell is compared to Earth. Like, technologically, humans are way ahead of the curve of everybody. It's just, I'm guessing, if you are in heaven or hell, you don't really need technology because you've got magic. But when you actually think about it from an in-universe standpoint, humanity has actually come quite far without magic. And I completely missed that throw. Okay. That crystal is a pain in the ass to hit, so let's try again. There we go.
Did Moloch pay for his newfound power, I wonder?
Whatever it was, Lucifer always comes out on top.
Moloch must know what fate has in store for him, whether by our hands or Lucifer's.
Don't worry. It'll be us knocking on his door long before Lucifer can.
Perhaps we'll arrive at the same time, so I can wrap my hands around both their necks.
Yeah, I love how much you love wringing necks.
These two murder babies. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, now this section is utterly miserable. I'm gonna give it a shot, because basically there are boatman coins hidden in each of those rocks. But if I don't get all of them, I'm not gonna stand around here for an hour trying to get them, because it really is kind of awful trying to get them all. As for the comments in the chat, yes, Strife is absolutely the kind of person who would geek out over our modern technology. He'd be like, wait, you have found a means to simulate a dragon? Like, you have what? He would absolutely be nerding out over human technology. Alright, let's see. I hope that was enough of them. That's probably like 8 or 9 bombs that I threw over there. Well, actually, we can use Strife for this. Okay. So we're gonna try to start with the ones that are closer to us. Alright, I think that's good enough. Can I just say how I love how you guys in the chat keep on inspiring each other to draw art. It's amazing. So please do go ahead, draw Strife nerding out over human technology. I do want to see that. Wait, was that actually all of them already? Can't be. Oh yeah, it was. Oh wow. Okay. Alright, time to get those boatman coins. Okay, yeah, that was all of them. Perfect.
I hear a power source.
That'll be the thing to blast.
Alright. Slowly getting to the end of this section. And then we can get to killing the foreman. Alright, there we go. Now, like I said, this boss battle, or mini boss battle that we're about to get into is a lot easier if you use War. And if you have the vampiric rune, so...
This looks promising.
Let's just make sure we have the right thing equipped. Yes, we do. Awesome. And now War finally gets to smash this thing. You just want to walk straight up there and use the vampiric rune. This will give you, basically, give you back just as much health as you lose. And you will be relatively safe from the attacks of the fleas while you're here. So, this works extremely well.
It stopped. Let's see if our intuition was correct.
Alright. Looks like we got everything, so now we can go and kill the foreman. Alright, now this boss is a complete pushover if you play it strategically.
Let's return to the surface. The blades have stopped.
I love vandalizing demon junk.
To the foreman.
They're both having way too much fun.
You Samael's guy?
Samael is a pissant compared to Lord Moloch.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna tell him you said that.
So basically what you want to do is, you want to leave...
Moloch's favorites.
I'm gonna kill you just for making easy horse jokes.
You want to keep these 3 barrels over here. You want to keep these, you want to leave those alone. You can smash everything else but leave those barrels alone, because you will basically kill this boss in 2 hits, so long as you leave those barrels alone. And of course, as long as you stay in these corners, the foreman can't hit you. So you're just gonna have to go through his menagerie of moves here until he finally lowers the bridge and comes over. Alright, there we go. That's the sound of the bridge. So now you just want to get into this corner and you just wait for the shield bearer to get there. And there we go.
You should not have stood against us. You are meaningless.
Damn, boy! You still got it!
Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and I completely forgot. I actually wanted to see if we can fit the creature core for the Armored Legion champion in here somewhere. This looks promising. There we go. There's a few more things that we can get here. Yes. Alright. So before we enter the void, we're just going to pick up the last few goodies that we can collect here. And then we're going back to Samael for another bit of Strife being in absolute peak Strife form. As for the comment from the chat, from Whimsy, I'm glad you found this series. It is actually a not very well known one. I was surprised by how many of my coworkers, because I work in video games, I was surprised by how many of my coworkers have actually played it, but nobody ever talked about it. Like, it's usually one of those series that most people just, they play it and forget about it and that's it. But it does have one of the nicest communities that I've seen so far. Like, one of the nicest fandoms. Okay, and that was everything. Let's go. So yeah, glad you found the franchise.
Return. I will say that...
He called you a pissant, the foreman. Really wasn't impressed at all. Just a heads up.
You can only imagine that Strife was probably looking forward to saying this ever since he first said he would say it. Like, he was probably the entire time that they were going back to the void, he was probably internally going like, oh yeah, I can finally tell him, I can finally tell him.
What did you say?
This is one of the few times that we see Samael actually really shocked and angry at them.
Sorry. I just promised the foreman I'd tell you what he said, right before we ripped his innards out.
Take care with your quips, little one. When we conclude our business, you can either be within my favor or without. Do not be without.
Considering how we left Moloch's precious mining gig, mostly at your request, we sure as hell better be in your favor.
Moloch will struggle to recover, this is true, but he is still alive after all. We must finish him.
You said he was nigh invincible. Isn't that still a problem?
Lucifer's gift to Moloch. I could sense it when we battled. Something gave him strength unending. Impossible recovery. It could only be a blood mantle.
Those were thought lost to the ages. How could anyone, even Lucifer, create one? And then, why give it to Moloch?
So this is one of the things about the Darksiders universe. Angels and demons like to play like they are the most important thing in the universe, and like they are the oldest and wisest things that ever existed. But there are actually plenty of races in the Darksiders universe that came before angels and demons. Those are collectively called the Old Ones, and quite a few of them have already vanished, have either just disappeared or were destroyed. But there were a great many of them, and throughout the games we find a few of those relics that they left behind, and this blood mantle is one of them. So nobody should be having one of those anymore, or even know how to create one.
To enter the mind of Lucifer is to enter madness. Regardless, Moloch possesses one, and destroying it is the final move we must make before striking. His armory is the only sane place to keep such an important artifact, with his reinforcements in disarray.
Again, you're welcome.
Strife is not gonna let him lift that down.
He can't defend it, so you must act quickly.
Okay, and then, can we finally kill that smug son of a bitch?
Of course. That sounds so pleasing, I might attend the battle myself.
Oh, what a treat. Why just a 10? Don't you want to get a few hits in yourself?
My reasons for staying out of the conflict are my own. And conveniently, dealing with the threat of Lucifer was your mission, given by the Council, was it not?
It was.
And War, you can hear it in his voice, he's begrudgingly admitting this, because the fact that Samael is keeping out of this conflict is extremely suspicious. Like, normally demons don't need an excuse to clobber each other's heads in, so the fact that Samael himself does not want to get even a few hits in on the guy who basically dethroned him, took over his lands, took over his armies, turned his people, like the fact that he doesn't even want to get into a tussle with this guy, that already has Strife and War suspicious, because they know that something is up.
And so, you have very little choice.
What we do for the balance, not for you. However you might twist it in your mind.
Like Lucifer's. Mine is a mind you don't want to enter, horseman. Do enjoy your latest task.
Okay, but before that we're actually going to do some side stuff. First of all, we're going to talk to Vulcan.
Stay a while.
Let me see, what can we get? We've got all of these upgrades, except for Thunderclap, which I'm not gonna buy because actually pretty useless to us. Definitely gonna buy this. Let me see if there's anything else that we need here.
It's only money.
Tormented Gate. And I do actually want to get started on buying
Many great things.
So now we should have all of Strife's shards. We're not going to need the ones for War, so we're just going to leave those alone. And we're gonna upgrade a few more cores.
Yes, let's deal. So many souls, so few wares.
Okay.
Many great things. for
And
so
now we're
few
going back to a
souls.
few of the areas that we
Kill
have
plenty. We both.
already completed. As for the questions from the chat right now, for the comics, I am actually going to put a breakdown of the comics on my Tumblr sometime this upcoming week. Because I know plenty of people have not read them. People keep on asking where to find them. So I'm gonna do like a summary kind of style, like I did with my Cassandra Cain side blog. Basically gonna do something like that for the Darksiders comics, and potentially even for the Abomination Vault. But the Abomination Vault is, I think, 260 pages or so, or 300 pages or something like that. So that's gonna take me a while to get through again. But I am planning to put like a breakdown of these. So we are going to go back to I think 3 of the areas that we've been to before. So the Slag Pit, the Icebound Cavern, and the Holdback. Those are the ones where we can actually get unique items that we couldn't get before. So we're basically just gonna rush through these and just to get the items that we still need to get. We're not gonna focus on anything else. We'll literally just speed run those levels. We are basically looking for Abyssal Armor and for Trickster Keys. And I think there's like 1 or 2 Wrath or Health Stones that we haven't gotten yet. So that's just gonna be really quick run through. Because I don't want to spend too much time on these levels.
Suffering,
because we've already done them. And in this one, didn't I also have a side mission to complete in this one? Or did I? Oh no, I did actually defeat all the bats. Okay, never mind me then. Oh, the beam shot I already have, just for the question from the chat. So, yeah, that one I already got a long time ago. I just really want to get the goodies that we couldn't get before because we didn't have the Tremor Gauntlet and the Ether Spark and such. It's just, I do actually have all the ammos for Strife. I just don't use most of them because Static Shot is just so overpowered that that's pretty much all you need. Oh, shit. That was not intentional. Let's try that again. Alright. I think there's one more thing that we couldn't get before, which we're also gonna pick up. No, 2 things actually. But other than that, we're just gonna speedrun this level. So I'm not gonna bother with the soul caches, I'm not gonna bother with the bats. Gonna go straight ahead. Do I even have to fight these guys, Or can I just move on if I want to? Huh. I can actually just move
Think
on.
you can hit that
Nice.
crystal from here?
Is that a serious question?
Cool. I don't even need to wait for these guys. Awesome.
Look, under the grate. Think that's Volgrim's artifact?
These glyphs indicate some kind of locking mechanism. It seems our mission is more difficult than we thought.
When is it ever easy?
Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Hot. Oh my god. We are way overpowered for these guys. Alright, there we go. So, more Ether Spark puzzles. Hooray! Alright, and one more thing to get, and then we can just finish this level. So this is how quickly you can actually run through these if you're not trying to pick up everything and do all the side quests. Like, bye bye bat. Don't care about you. Oh, oh, come on! Ah! I hate this 3D view. This stupid camera angle. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Drive. Let's go. There we go. So yeah, this camera angle, not good for platforming. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, there we go. That was the last thing I needed. And now we can just activate those last two seals and move on. And of course this time we have, well, we would have Havoc form if we had bothered to build it up, or Anarchy form. So the Legion Siege Master should be a little bit, or the, not the Siege Master, the Black Demon should be a little easier to defeat this time. That shouldn't take quite this long. I love how they're still trying to follow me. It's like, guys, I don't even want to fight you today. I just want to get through this level and to the end. so I can move on with what I actually want to do. There we go.
I think we found our target.
Run if you can!
Alright. Let's kill this bastard. Oh yeah, look at that health bar. Nice.
Burn! Burn!
He does remind me, in terms of dialogue, like, just the way he shouts at you, he reminds me of Gorn from Darksiders 2. A flame of death construct that was basically created out of stone and fire. Those two have the same energy, basically.
Not so troubling now.
Recover the artifact and let's be on our way.
And here I thought you were warming up to the play. Wonder what this...
Alright, there we go. So that was the first of the 3 levels that we have to replay. And now we're moving straight on to the Icebound Cavern. And the Icebound Cavern is... the Icebound Cavern has one of the most infuriating Ether Spark puzzles in the entire game. So hopefully we'll be able to get through that relatively quickly. And as for Leviathan's Landing, since Sator, you just mentioned it in the chat, I actually completely forgot to try to give it a try this time. I don't think I will, honestly, because the way it's going, we'll be finishing the game either today or next week. So I might even do it today, because the next level is not as long as the one we just did. So I don't think I'm gonna bother. Because there really is nothing special at the end of Leviathan's Landing, unfortunately. You do get a nice close-up of a Leviathan shortly before the end of the second part.
Are we sure this is...
But it's not worth the trouble of trying to get there. Oh, shit. Alright, I'll take care of these guys first so they don't annoy me anymore. Guys, I just want to light a fire. Seriously. Leave me alone.
Beacon's lit. One down.
So again, we're only here to get the stuff that we couldn't get before. So we're gonna rush through the rest of it as quickly as we can.
I'll take your head.
I love the implication with the animation of these demons here, with some of them shivering. I love the implications that angels and demons are actually sensitive to some extent to heat and cold. So that begs the question, like, in what other ways are angels and demons also, like, susceptible to normal mortal issues, so to speak? Do they need to eat? Do they need to sleep? And of course, once you ask that question about angels and demons, you can also ask it about horsemen and Nephilim. There is a part in the novel where Death mentions that he would have, or where Death is like, he would have to be asleep to care less about what's happening at the moment. So they can sleep. The question is, do they need to sleep? So my personal interpretation from everything that we've seen in the lore and from the fact that Fury can be tempted by some of the sins with sleep and food is that they can and do need to eat and sleep, but not nearly as much as other mortal creatures. Alright. Let's go. Alright, here we go. This section is utterly infuriating. Hopefully we can get it done relatively quickly. Getting this boatman coin is actually the easy part. There we go. That is the hard part. Alright, and then I think we have these two? Yes. Yeah, those should be the only two things that we still have to get up here. Oh no, and wait, isn't there... No, those are the only two things that we couldn't get before. Okay. Cool, cool. Oh shit. Come on guys, leave me alone. I just want to light a beacon.
One more to go.
Alright. There we go. Alright, now just let me see how we actually get up there. Yep, there we go. Alright, now this puzzle here is so goddamn infuriating. It is absolutely ridiculous. So it starts out easy enough. You have to hit this plate over there in order to open up these crystals, but this part is so annoying, I swear to God. Oh, thank goodness. That usually takes me like 5 or 6 tries just to get through this one. Because if you are just a millisecond too slow, it's not gonna work. Alright, and I think that was all the stuff that we could not get before, so now we just have to go. And, oh no, there's one at the near the end of the level. Okay. We'll get there.
are one, but we are many.
Come on. There we go. All right.
Volgrim could have warned us.
As for the discussion in the chat, yes, you can actually find all the
This bridge
soundtracks
looks real safe.
on for all the
Nothing
games
in this realm is safe.
on YouTube. Although the official soundtrack
I'm
sometimes
so glad you're here to catch
does
me
not
up on the
include
important details.
all of the music.
So much for treading lightly.
For example, if I remember correctly, the official soundtrack for Genesis does not include the theme from the arena. It's actually a really nice drum theme. Oh god, I hate that we have to go through all of these again. Why? Oh, hi there, I completely did not see you. Okay. There we go. Now we can proceed. As for the question in the... Whoa!
The whole damn place is coming down.
How did I do that? As for the question from
haste,
Satya
brother.
in the chat, favorite OST from the game. Do you mean from this one or from all of the games?
The whole damn place is coming down.
If we're
Make
just
haste,
talking
brother.
Genesis, I would say probably the main menu music for me is my favorite. Like not even the credits theme, also the credits version is basically a pumped up music from the main menu and it's also pretty good. But I think overall the main menu
That
is
was close.
probably my favorite.
Guess I
In
spoke too
Genesis.
soon.
Oh, come on! Seriously? There we go. I hate this jumping section so much. There we go.
treasure. I'm tingling. Are you tingling?
There's no path ahead. Damn this trickery.
Slow down, bro. I'm sure there's a way forward. We just gotta use our heads.
I prefer my head as a battering ram.
Alright. Should be getting closer to the end of the level now, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Oh, come on. Seriously? There we go.
That can't be a good sound, can it?
Yeah. War, like, I prefer my head as a battering ram, and I'm like, seriously, dude? You gotta say though, even Death knows that War is technically the best in terms of strategy and tactics. Like, in the Abomination Vault, at one point, when they have to come up with strategy, Death, who normally does not really take advice from anybody, actively asks for, like, what do you think of this? Because he knows, even though he hates to admit it, he knows that War is actually better at strategy than he is. Alright, there we go. And there's that last area we couldn't access before because of these stupid tremor crystals. Oh wow, that actually gave us a core that we haven't gotten before. Nice. And the good news is, since we have Anarchy form now, the final boss is going to be a piece of cake. This is going to be really, really quick. Alright. There we go. Melting the health bar of the molten hound. That's what happens when you piss off Strife. Alright. Hey, come on. There we go. Thank you.
More glyphs. More infuriating puzzles.
Did we actually land? Yeah, we landed on the ledge. Okay, cool. I was half thinking we probably ended up in that chasm over here.
This must be...
And I do like that War is salty about the puzzles, because Darksiders 1, which is War's game, is probably the most puzzle-heavy one of them all, so he must have been so frustrated while inside the Black Throne. And spoilers, that is one section when we get to it, which is going to be very, very late in this stream. Like, it's gonna be after Darksiders 3 and after Darksiders 2. But when we get to War's journey through the Black Throne, I am going to use a walkthrough. Because I am not doing this to myself from memory. Like, the puzzles in that place are just... No. No. Just give me a walkthrough. We're done.
This place reeked.
Alright. So the last level that we have to backtrack through. And then I think we're actually... What time is it? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, let's finish Darksiders Genesis today. So after that, let's go to the Blood Mantle level. And then we kill Moloch and Wicked Killings and then we're done. Let's do it today, because otherwise it's just going to be like an additional half hour of content. So it's not really all that bad. And then next week we can start with Darksiders 1, with the prologue of Darksiders 1. Alright, first we have to get rid of all of these guys. So we're not going to bother with all the valves this time, or anything like that. We're really just here to get the things that we couldn't get before. I must admit, I do also like the theme of this place. Like the theme that's just playing in the background right now. It's actually pretty neat. Ah. Fuck. Whoa. Seriously? Nice. Awesome. Wow. Okay. That worked out beautifully. Oh man, I love it. Okay. That didn't work out quite as I intended, but okay. So, that was fun. Oh my god. That was so amazing. I'm so glad I am catching this on video. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's move on.
Oh, damn. An impressive sight. And a bit disgusting.
The lords of hell have stooped to a new low.
And that's quite a feat. Even pisses me off a little.
Alright. Nearly at the first spot where we have to backtrack, so you can already see the E-First Spot puzzle over there, so that's where we need to go. Oh man. I would like to thank this game for being utterly ridiculous in places. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to download this video from this stream tonight and then put that section with War on the Discord, because that is just too hilarious. I need to share that. Alright. Cool. First bit of backtracking. And I think this should be the last piece of Strive's Abyssal Armor that we're going to get here. Oh, not through there. This way. Oh, well, shit. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. Okay, let me see. This one... Yeah, can we actually jump far enough? No. Oh, right, I have to grab it with the ghost couple. Okay, yeah. I always forget that I have the ghost grip because you use it so rarely in this game. Like the version that you actually have to actively use, that you actually have to actively equip. You use it so rarely. Usually you just use the auto grip when you have to hang on to something. So I always forget that I have that as an actual gadget.
Almost had.
Yep, there we go. Oh no, that's War's Abyssal Armor. And where the hell is Strive? Is that in the void? Am I misremembering things?
Getting close. I can feel it.
These guys again. Jesus. Leave me alone. Stupid archers. Okay, time to fight some big ass bugs again.
What cruel god would make a bug this big?
And why does this thing not have a health bar? Jesus. From the chat, War, what's your phrasing? Yeah. Unless you want Strive to make some more jokes. Better watch out what you're saying there. Strive is never, like, you can only imagine how many, if the War in Uriel ship ever becomes canon, You can only imagine how many jokes Stripe is going to make. I think someone is gonna die. Yep, we did actually get to that one, Subterior. We did get to the one with the wall. I think that was just before you came in, actually. So I'm just gonna drop all the shadow clones here because I don't want to spend too much time with these guys.
Ah, man! It's all over my boots!
There we go. Much better. Alright, now we just need to go for the trickster door, and then we can use our beautiful energy form on the blight cannon and make this fight a whole lot easier for us. Alright, and I think this will be the final Ether Spark puzzle for this game, I think. I'm not even sure, I don't think there are any in the last level. Or if there are, I have completely blocked them out of my mind. There we go. Now we can get rid of the flight cannon. Okay, now we just need to get out of here again because I hate this jump that we have to do to get back to the flight cannon. This right here. Half the time it takes me like 6 attempts or so just to get up there again. It's ridiculous.
Keep your guard up. There is something here.
Just leave me alone, you stupid flea. I don't want anything from you. As for the question from the chat, from Sacha, I'm going to do 3 first. So after we're done with this one, we're going to do the prologue of Darksiders 1, and then we're going to do Darksiders 3 and then Darksiders 2, because according to the latest info that we have from the devs, that's the order in which they actually occur. Even though there are
This is it. The source.
There are a few continuity questions there, but the timeline of these games is just ridiculously messed up anyway, so we're going to start with 3. Almost. Nearly had it. Oh, there we go.
Feel any better?
Alright, so now we've done all the backtracking, so we're going to do the final trickster door, and then the final level plus the boss fight against Moloch and the ending cutscene. So this stream is going to be a little bit longer than usual. And yeah, as for the timeline of the second and third game, I do not want to give away the major plot twist, although I guess technically. Let's just say that whichever one comes first is going to cause a bit of trouble, because there are things that are not going to match up quite as well as you would think, although there are explanations how it could possibly be happening. We do only know that for Darksiders 3 it occurs 10 years after the apocalypse, and Darksiders 2 is sometime between year 1 and year 100, basically. Alright, now we finally got all the Abyssal Armor. So this is Strife's Abyssal Armor. The Abyssal Armor was essentially created to be the ultimate battle gear of the Horsemen. And most of the armors were stolen or lost in time, though. So nobody really... That's the explanation for why you have to find them, instead of why you just have to... why you can't just access them right away. And the thing that I like about these, about the armors for Strife and War in this game, because War's Abyssal Armor is actually different in between this game and Darksiders 1. But the thing that I love about his Abyssal Armor in this game and about Strife's is it has the entire fur motif going on, like this fur on the shoulder motif that you see with all of the other Nephilim. So I think that's a nice little nod. So yeah, we're gonna put that on. We're gonna be wearing that for the rest of the game, basically. Unfortunately, you never get a good close-up of the characters, so it's not gonna make much difference. But hopefully we'll be able to get to a section where we actually have good light. And now I just need to see which one of these I equip, because we have an additional slot. So I think I'm gonna go with the Hollow Key. I'm gonna pick up these, and now that we have opened all of the trickster doors, we can go and... Oh wait, we're still missing one? Ah, god damn it. We are going to get to Wicked Cave though. Once we have opened all the trickster doors, we can go to Wicked Killington. We are going to get there. But we just have to do the other level first. Fuck. Alright then.
Many great things for so few souls.
Since we have nothing else to spend it on, let's bulk up War a little.
It's only money. So many souls, so few wares. Coins are everywhere.
All right.
Keep your eyes up.
Alright, on to the final level, War Machine. Like I said, not quite as long as the one we did in the beginning of this stream. Oh yeah, as for what Sacha you mentioned in the chat, the closest close-up we can actually get of the characters is if we are standing basically right next to Volgrim and then access the shop.
Skulking below ground like sewer rats. I prefer a frontal assault.
I bet you do.
Here we go again with the jokes. War. You gotta stop handing him these.
Don't worry. Something tells me there will be plenty of demons to kill.
This is why I'm saying, like, if the War and Uriel ship ever becomes canon, Strife is gonna have all the jokes. It's gonna be such a disaster, someone's gonna die. And we should also be getting War's abyssal armor in this chapter, so we will be able to see what he looks like in his gear. Alright, now the reason I'm placing a bomb down there is because it's gonna make the next bit just a little bit easier. Because now we can place that bombs down there, and I think we can actually try to... Yep, float through there. Freaking easy. There we go. Oh, whoops. And regarding the entire shipping discussion that's currently going on in the chat, I did already talk to Sacha about this once, but basically, in like there are very, very few ships or even like remotely ship-worthy moments in Darksiders, but the hilarious thing is that one of the few characters that you could potentially ship Fury with, judging by her own game, is an angel. One of the few characters that you can ship War with, judging by who he actually interacts with games, is an angel. And in the Abomination World novel, the closest thing Death has to anyone you could ship him with is an angel, which kind of gives the hilarious impression that one day Strife is just gonna wake up and find out that all of his siblings have hooked up with angels. And he's probably gonna have a heart attack. But yeah, this series is extremely light on shipping content, so I don't even think there's anything resembling a proper canon ship in the entire games, like in all 4 games. So, lots of possibilities to explore. But there is like a dialogue in Darksiders 1 where Samael basically says to War, like, he thought that horsemen were above such earthly pursuits, which, dudes, they are still creatures made of flesh and blood. Like, even though they were created basically in a lab, it stands to reason that at least some of them probably are at least remotely interested. So...
These weapons, it would put our enemies at a severe disadvantage if we were to disable them.
Huh, you don't have to ask me twice.
So yeah, this is another level in which War and Strife just get to smash everything. So it really is in your best interest to just destroy any sort of crate or anything like that that you see here. Because all of that will work towards the side missions that you have to do. Oh, what? Did somebody just attack me? What the fuck? Dude, I was just chilling on a pole. Leave me alone.
Looks like they know we're here.
Let them come.
Lord Moloch demands their corpses.
I gotta admit, I like their enthusiasm.
Strife is like A for effort. Not that it's gonna help, of course. They're all gonna die.
We destroy!
Think after Moloch we'll finally find Lucifer. Be done with this?
Nope. I mean, you'll be done, but you'll not be finding Lucifer. I'm gonna spoil that right now.
Regardless of the outcome, Moloch must be put in his place. No demon should accumulate such power.
You know, we've had our ups and downs, kicked a lot of ass, dealt with artifacts of power, necromancy, evil demons. But this? It's been fun.
I suppose it has.
Did you just smile? I saw it, War. I'm gonna tell everyone.
I was simply thinking of splitting Moloch's head in two. Don't get the wrong idea.
Sure, whatever you say.
Ah, these two idiot brothers. Oh my god. Typical siblings. Like, whoever wrote the dialogues for this game definitely is not an only child. Whoever wrote the dialogues definitely has at least one or two siblings, because, yeah, this is on point. Now, this battle is going to be really, really easy. We're just going to ignore all of these fleas.
I'll shoot you full of holes!
And there he goes. Bye-bye, Bolt Spitter. Oh god, I hate this section so much. Oh, no, no, no! Fuck. Okay, I am actually trying to get over here. Thank you very much. now we can go where we are actually supposed to go. Now, here is another really hilarious bit of dialogue. I love this so much. Just stay hidden. Don't climb up.
Glory! Lay down your lives for our Lord! I want the horsemen's heads on a spike! Moloch will rule hell. Glory will be ours. Follow orders, you worthless dregs. Move!
These sad bastards won't even see us coming.
Strife is like, do we really want to do this? Like, they don't even have a chance. It's like that Simpsons meme where he's like, stop, he's already dead.
What? Horsemen! Fight, you fools!
Don't let us interrupt your pep talk. It was really intimidating.
Oh man. You gotta feel sorry for all the useless noobs just getting mowed down like crazy. Like, that should pick another job, seriously.
Catch, horsemen!
I wonder if this is like the demonic equivalent of a Walmart chant. Alright. How many more are there? Come on. Guys, it's not hard, it's just tedious. Die already.
Into the dirt.
Okay, there we go. Now, before we're actually going to go through that door, we're just going to get a few goodies. So, destroy this. Oh, come on. Climb up there, War. Now, this jump is really tricky. I hope we can get it done. But basically, you want to land on this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous, but if you can do it, you can basically get another Boatman coin. And I think we got everything that we wanted to. So let's move on. Okay, now we can move on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not be too hasty.
Do you feel it? The thrill of combat.
Why'd you have to go and make it weird?
Guys, like this feels like a back massage. Completely unbothered by getting shot in the back. Oh, wait. Ah! Oof, close. I want to see if there's anything here that I can get. But no. Just these guys. Okay. Nearly done with Moloch's forces here. I'm surprised he still has demons left. God knows how many of these we already killed. Oh nice, we actually got a trophy for destroying all of that stuff. Neat. Yeah, this is taking way too long. I'm just gonna drop a few clones here.
There's no end to him!
Keep fighting! We will drown Moloch in a river of blood if need be.
Damn war! Where have you been?
Now that comment is actually, it's kind of strange for me. Like that kind of implies that War has been not bloodthirsty for a while, and Strife is happy that he is bloodthirsty again, but War has been pretty much the same throughout this game. So who knows what happened before that. Anyway, before we go on and kill all of these guys, we're just gonna go and get a few goodies. So we're gonna need to go down there where the limbo chest is, but also especially down here to the trickster door that we just saw there. Probably even more important than the limbo chest, because that's our last trickster door. And we need it in order to be able to fight Wicked K. Come on. Don't do this to me, War. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now this last trickster door is kind of infuriating, because this is essentially a void puzzle, and it is a very stupid void puzzle that we're gonna have to go through. So hopefully I can get it done relatively fast. Now Whimsy, you probably did not intend this, but I just read your comment and I was like, Strife used positive reinforcement. It is super effective. Alright. This puzzle. Oh my god, this puzzle. So what you're gonna have to do here is you're gonna have to place a whole bunch of bombs, and you're basically gonna have to create a bomb chain in order to get to where you actually need to go. So this was the easy part. Now we actually have to create a chain of bombs. And I'm just gonna park a few of these over here for ease of access. Hopefully that will be enough. So you basically want to place these with just a little bit of space in between, so that you can create a chain reaction here. Oh, no, I do actually have one over here. Cool. Hopefully this will be enough. Let's see. No! God damn it. Okay. We're gonna have to do that again. I hate this bomb puzzle so much. Okay, that should be close enough, I hope. Okay, and off they go. Okay, attempt number 2. Let's see how it goes. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Nearly there. Now these two are the easy parts of this trickster door. These two bombs. The third one, that one is going to be a pain in the ass. Oh god, I hate this one so much. No! Fuck. Curse whoever designed the void. And these disappearing platforms, by the way, are also in Leviathan's maze, which is part of why I'm not going to do Leviathan's maze. go. Okay, now let's get rid of this thing before it explodes in our hands. And there we go. That's the last piece of War's Abyssal Armor. So here we go. War's Abyssal Armor. I still prefer this one to the one in Darksiders 1 because the Abyssal Armor from Darksiders 1 just leeches all of the color from his design. It just looks so bland, whereas this one at least has a little bit of color. And again, just like Strife has the fur on the shoulders. So yeah, I do actually like this one, and we are going to equip it, so that we get to see it at least for a very short while. I love that that just gave us the sound of like as if we had died. We haven't, we're just going back to the level proper. Alright, and I think there should actually not be that much left to do in this chapter. We should be getting close to the end. Got all of these. Yep, there's just one more chest to get and then we're done. Cool, cool. I think we should have all of our side quests as well, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Ooh, the Dreadwalker core, nice. I always like getting extra of those because the Dreadwalker core is actually very good for both War and for Strife. Okay, but we are gonna switch to Strife again because that's just gonna make our life a lot easier. Alright, now here you can make your life a lot easier for yourself if you just blow up this bridge. And that way the others can't follow you.
It's done. Without these weapons, our enemies will struggle.
Plus, blowing up their stuff is fun.
Most important bit, at least we had fun.
For that gun smoke.
This is it. The secret of Moloch's power.
Spoilers, is actually pretty lame.
This is the Blood Mantle? You'd think it'd be more heavily guarded.
Disappointed, brother.
I'll get over it. Let's ruin Moloch's day. Uh-oh.
It seems there will be violence after all.
This makes a lot more sense.
Strife so disappointed that he thought he wasn't going to get to kick some ass. Now I'm just gonna get rid of this first wave of guys, and after that we're basically only gonna have to take out the mages, so... From here on out we're just gonna use Havoc Swarm. It's gonna make our life so much easier. I said we're going to use Havoc Swarm. Thank you. Or Anarchy Swarm in this case.
Destroy it all!
Where's the mage? There he is. Oh my god, look at all these scores. Jesus Christ. all dead.
No more blood mantle. Guess it's lost to the ages again.
Hopefully this time for good.
And Satchel, you're in the chat with the strife-worthy puns. Hardcore. I tell you what's hardcore. We're now gonna fight Wicked Kellington, and Wicked Kellington he's a very interesting foe because Wicked K was essentially designed as a joke by the developers of the first game, because they had a bunch of British people on the staff who obviously talked in British dialect, and to poke a little bit of fun at this dialect, so to speak, they created this character, Wicked Kellington. He's in every single Darksiders game. We don't know exactly what he is. He basically looks like a spruced up version of the human undead. He is the only sentient undead human that we meet, and nothing that he says ever really makes sense. He is just a complete joke character, and according to Volgrim, his secrets are more sinister than most. And there's going to be some very interesting bits in this dialogue that we're going to get with him right now. The unfortunate part is that his fight is always on apocalyptic difficulty. So even though we have been playing this game on normal, on balanced, for the entire time, we're gonna have to fight him on apocalyptic. And oh boy, he hits hard.
You had your fun, but now, the main event! A bit of choreographed combat, a calamitous caper, some swinging swordplay. That was all alliteration, which I find fascinating. A dance of death! Though death itself is a funny concept. I should know, just look at me. The flesh has died, but not the burning fire within. And then again, there isn't actually oxygen here in the void, so no fire should burn for long. But I digress. Strife. I expected you to be quite the dance partner, but not war. Generally speaking, one so encumbered would have two left feet. I find both of you to be rather engaging. Allow me to explain. Nothing reinvigorates the spirit like a good round of fisticuffs, eh, gentlemen? Though not so gentle, really. The horsemen do hit quite hard. I was merely speaking in generalities, which, upon reflection, is a bad habit. It's best to get to the point, to be succinct in general.
I'm sorry. Am I hallucinating?
Put a little spring in your step. The show has begun. We must give the audience what they've come for. Perhaps you assume we're alone. That's due to your three-dimensional vision, which fails to pick up the spirits in the other six. That's almost human of you. Though technically you are, or were, part human. Nephilim, isn't that right? Sorry to hear about the others. But where was I?
This will be interesting.
Oh, yikes. Oh, there goes a good chunk of my health bar. So yeah, this conversation, most people just walk forward as soon as they are able to and fight him. But if you wait around for a bit, you get this conversation, and oh my god, it is such a doozy. Because there's a bunch of stuff that he said here. So apparently, Wicked K can see in 6 dimensions. Apparently, also...
You had your fun.
Yeah, come on.
The main event.
And apparently, somebody on the writing team forgot that the Nephilim in this universe, in this Darksiders universe, are part angel, part demon, not part angel, part human, which is the only way I can explain Wicked K talking about Wicked K talking about Strife being part human, which otherwise makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, this bastard has a insanely large health bar. It's a pain in the ass to beat, no matter which character you use. So I do usually find him a bit easier to beat with War, just because War can block more damage and can block it quite successfully if you know what you're doing. But yeah, he can take off so much of your health with just one swing, it's ridiculous. Also, if he gets knocked over the edge of the arena, you lose a huge chunk of your health. So yeah. Definitely a rather tricky fight. We're gonna try to, I was just going to say, we're gonna try to stay as War for as long as we can, because that's gonna give Strife some time to recover. But yeah, also 3 times during this match, Wicked K will start throwing cards at you, which doesn't sound like it should take off much of your health, but if you get hit...
This guy sure talks a lot. A lot.
This is what happens. So, rather annoying. And all of his attacks hit really hard, but like I said, we don't really know what he is. We do know that in Darksiders 2 and Darksiders 3, he is the master of the Crucibles, designed by 2 characters whose race we never find out, but we can only assume that they are old ones who existed before Angels and Demons. And so basically he became a master of a kind of a arena level style thing, the Crucible, and of 2 of them, not just one of them, but 2 of them. So this dude definitely is very, very strong, definitely deserves all the praise for his combat. Wow. I do not enjoy fighting him in Genesis. There is a trophy for defeating him without taking damage, or I'm not sure if it's a trophy or just a side quest. But anyway, if you do try to defeat him without taking damage, you really need to build up your chaos meter and your havoc and your anarchy meter, because you're going to need both Wars and Strife chaos form in order to beat him, because otherwise it's just not possible to do it without taking damage. Okay, I think he should be starting throwing cards soon. Oh shit. Fuck, there we go. I don't want to get too close to him right now, because when he starts throwing cards, that's when it gets really hard to fight him as War. So I do want to keep my distance for that.
I dare say, my spry demeanor might be too much for you old fellows. Perhaps you could pick it up a bit. I've business to attend later in the evening. I have to see a once living man about a skeletal horse.
What the... God damn this
You have your
skeleton.
fun. But now, the main event. A bit of choreographed combat, a calamitous caper, some swinging swordplay. That was all alliteration, which I find fascinating. A dance of death. Though death itself is a funny concept. I should know. Just look at me. The flesh has died, but not the burning fire with... Don't you dare steal my spotlight. It's taken me infinite millennia over countless worlds to acquire.
So I wish I could have gone into anarchy form, but I hadn't had it build up yet, at least not as far as I could see. The weird thing is, we should have theoretically spawned with all the anarchy meter that we had at the time when he killed us, and we spawned with absolutely nothing, so that's really weird. Ow, 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 ow. we can try is we can see if we can knock him over the edge with war.
I thought I was the wicked one. Ha! You see?
Oh, fuck.
Wicked is my
There he
name,
goes
not
with the
yours.
card.
Such humor always gets the best of me. Some have said vainglorious to laugh at one's own jokes, so they can sort off.
There you go. So I'm sorry guys, I'm not watching the chat right now because this is taking all my concentration and wow. This is going to take a bit.
I dare say, my spry demeanor might be too much for you old fellows. Perhaps you could pick it up a bit. I've business to attend later in the evening. I have to see a once-living man about a skeletal horse.
Ow! What the actual fuck? Oh my god, can I just please get enough anarchy forms,
Must go
please?
on, my dear.
Ow, yikes.
You're going to have to put your back into it. Ha!
Shut this creature up!
War's just so annoyed with him. Oh my god. Okay, maybe with a little bit of luck I can make it to enough anarchy meter for anarchy forms, please. That would be very useful right about now. Okay, there we go. Goodbye.
Arrivederci, adieu, goodbye, and good night.
And there he goes. Oh my god. Whew.
That man was mad.
Yeah, and you get a pretty useless core out of it. So there's that. My fingers actually hurt now from gripping my controller. Okay. The good news is, after these shenanigans, Moloch will seem like candy. So that's gonna be an easy fight now. So anyway, that was Wicked K. We're gonna meet him again in Darksiders 1, 2, and 3. fight as a boss fight, and then in Darksiders 1 we're actually gonna meet him as like a... not exactly a boss fight, but more like a hidden cameo fight, basically. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you guys, because I said that this is the closest we can get to a close-up of the Abyssal Armor.
Many things, many. Coins are everywhere. Keep your eyes up. We deal in souls, yes?
Okay, so there's Strife. Let me just buy some stuff for war.
Yes, let's deal.
Okay, so that should be all of these. And Thunderclap. So now we have all of our upgrades, except for obviously the automatic refill, which costs 50,000. I'm not gonna put myself through that.
Many great things for so few souls.
Okay, and let's
Kill plenty.
switch to war.
Profit. I hope you find our
So
arrangement
that's the
to be
closest to a
mutually
close-up that we can
beneficial.
get for war. Alright,
Do be careful with yourselves.
cool. Let's head to the final boss then, as soon as we've talked to Samael. And then we finally find out what Lucifer's plan was. And spoilers, it's gonna suck.
Moloch is no longer protected by Lucifer's blood mantle. He is ours.
Excellent, horseman. With his war camp in ruins and his troubling magic eliminated, you have a fair chance of besting him.
It won't come down to chance. Moloch's finished, just like the rest.
I will join you. He will be heavily guarded, and besides, I wish to see the look on his twisted face when he breathes his last.
Since our first encounter with Moloch, I have longed for this moment.
We ready then?
I'll see you there.
Alright, there we go. Time to go and fight Moloch. There are some bonus objectives in Moloch's fight, but I don't think I'm gonna bother with them because it's the last fight anyway, who cares. Okay, and this is the only fight that has a cinematic intro, for some weird reason. It kind of looks really, really weird. You'll see when we get there.
Hold fast, brother!
You ever get tired of endlessly slaughtering hordes and hordes of demons?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
What is that?
Say what you want about Samael, but damn, does he know how to make an entrance?
Gentlemen, up to you.
Horseman, Samael, you saved me the trouble of hunting you down. If you weren't such thorns in my side, I'd almost be impressed.
Moloch, with your blood mantle destroyed, you can no longer hide behind
I'm sorry,
Lucifer's
but
dark magic.
Strife's face is so goofy
Now
in the
you'll
background.
tell us the truth of his plan, and then you bleed.
Brave words. I'll enjoy making you choke on them while my army watches. Then all will know of Moloch's superiority.
This is your fight, horseman. I'll simply enjoy the view.
I've been waiting for this moment. There will be no mercy.
Come, horseman. I will enjoy cutting you down.
And once you have seen that face, you cannot unsee it. Like every single time you watch
You
this
may have
cutscene,
defeated lesser demons,
you're gonna notice it.
but you'll find I am in another class. A swift death.
So yeah, this little intro that he got there before the fight, that is really weird. Like, no other boss gets this kind of intro, but oh well.
Are you going to do this all day?
I will cut you down. I cannot be defeated.
Now this battle can be really annoying because he can summon these crystals and he can make them explode anytime he wants, so you gotta be really careful, especially if you're playing at stride, that you're not getting caught in these.
Do get on with it.
Bleed for me.
I'm trying to get to full anarchy form so I can fight him in anarchy form.
Yes. Don't fall for his tricks.
Stand before me.
Ah, fuck, I hate it when he does that.
Did you really think you'd win?
At least when he swings the sword, I have kind of an idea of where the crystals are going to end up. But when he just pushes the sword into the ground, they can appear pretty much anywhere.
On your feet.
Alright, there we go. Let's fight over.
He's beneath you.
Shall we continue?
That's gonna leave a mark.
Are you going to do this all day?
Impossible. I was promised victory.
I'm sorry. Did you need that?
Go on, horseman. Cut off his miserable head.
You've played right into his hands, horseman.
I tire of demons and their threats.
There are no more threats to make. Lucifer's plan is complete.
Complete? How?
You should be wary of the company you keep. Isn't that right, Samael? Have you told them of the enemies?
That demon would not shut up.
Yeah. Who knows what he might have said next? I think you do, Samael.
What is the Animus? What are you hiding?
I suppose I owe you the truth, but not here. Quickly, through the portal.
So yeah, like I said, there was a good reason why Samael did not get involved in this fight, and we are about to find out why. And boy, is it gonna come back to bite us. So here we go, one last conversation with Samael.
Samael, you've been lying to us this whole time.
Nonsense. I simply omitted some inconvenient truths. But I will tell you now everything I know. A small penance to repay your service to me.
This better be a short story.
After the Nephilim were destroyed, Lilith came to me.
Lilith! Of course she'd have some hand in this.
So, little reminder, Lilith is the one who created all of the Nephilim. She basically considers them her children. But judging at least from Strife's reaction, at the very least, he and Death are not in agreement. War in the novel barely seems to know anything about her and never has met her before. And we never find out how Fury exactly feels about her. But at least Strife and Death do not get along with her at all.
She was mad with grief, seeking my aid in orchestrating vengeance upon the Council, against you, Horseman, for your part. Most of all, against the humans which fled Eden, who Lilith believed to be unfairly favored above all others.
And you caved?
I turned her away. I respect the balance after all, and I'd rather not have the Council meddling in my affairs. A lesson which, to my great enjoyment, my rivals have learned with amusing finality. All save one.
Now, here's the thing. Turning Lilith away is pretty damn hard, because she is literally temptation made flesh. So the fact that Samael managed to tell her no, that's proving just how powerful he is. And yeah, all of his rivals have died except for Belial. And this is the point of the story at which sparing Belial actually becomes a good thing. Because if we had not spared, if Belial had died, things would be so much worse.
Lucifer.
And
Yes.
Belial.
Lilith found him eagerly waiting, with hateful schemes to rival her own. Together they created the Animus to corrupt mankind. The Animus is a dark, seductive influence filled with malice and greed. To fuel the Animus, Lucifer struck a deal with the Masters, granting each of them power at a heavy price. The fools agreed, believing they would be invincible. He made the same offer to me. Can you imagine the nerve?
What was the price, Samael?
Their souls, to be claimed upon death.
This whole time we've been helping Lucifer. And you knew?
And this is why Samael did not want to get involved in the fight with Moloch, because he knew if he were to kill Moloch, or if he were to have a hand in it, the Horsemen would have a reason to go after him, because then he would be part of Lucifer's scheme. And this way he just stayed out of it and conveniently shepherded us into killing off all of his rivals. Fun times.
Samael, what have you done?
My hands are clean, Horseman. You acted on the Council's orders, not mine. I simply set you on your course. Can you blame me for wanting to see my rivals dead along the way?
You will answer for this.
Another time, perhaps. I promised you Lucifer, and I will send you to him, if you wish. But there is something you must know. Moloch spoke true, for perhaps the first time in his miserable life. Lucifer's work is done. He has found humanity's new homeworld, Earth. Using the Animus, he has corrupted them. You will find them changed.
Send us to Earth.
Farewell, Horseman. It has been a pleasure.
Oh boy. Yeah, and this is gonna suck majorly, because keep in mind that the Horsemen were Nephilim. They killed their own species in order to save humanity. They basically killed all of their brothers and sisters, except for the 4 of them, obviously, just to save humanity. And this is what they get pretty much almost immediately afterwards.
What now?
Humanity's fate is for the Council to decide. Not us.
We helped Lucifer create this.
Impressive, aren't they?
Speak of the devil.
The life these creatures knew before was meaningless. Whispering stories into the fire, searching the stars for answers to their pathetic existence. I am the answer. See how quickly they adapt? Now that their eyes are open, they feel everything their creator denied them. Fear, hatred, lust. Perhaps now, they will create a third kingdom to be reckoned with.
How far has it spread?
By now, who can say? Will you kill us all, to be sure?
Run, boy. As far from the village as you can.
So yeah, the reason why Lucifer has this weird voice in this instance is because he is basically taking over this boy to speak to the horseman. But yeah, some interesting things to note here is that Lucifer implies that the creator created humans in a way that they could not feel negative emotions, which is kind of weird since humanity, according to the main series of games, was supposed to embody the universal balance. So the balance between chaos and order, between the dark and evil side of the universe, which is the demons, and the light and positive side, which are supposed to be the angels. The angels actually have a whole lot of problems, but we're not going to go there. The thing is, if they were not supposed to feel fear and hatred, then that kind of invalidates this entire balance thing. But anyway, so Lucifer has corrupted humanity. And honestly, I wonder if Strive's reaction to the way he reacted to this boy saying, will you kill us all, just to be sure, if that reaction of his was based on having had to kill all the Nephilim, or whatever mission he did not want to talk about that was related to the dagger and the sarcophagus that you found in Mammon's hoard. In any case, there's supposed to be a really badass theme playing over the credits, but it doesn't play on PS4. So that's why we have these completely silent credits that I'm just talking over. Shout out to Gareth Coker, he did amazing work with the music. Shout out to every single person who was involved with the music, they're all very great. I'm gonna skip the credits now, and there's gonna be a scene after that which we're also gonna get into, because it also still has some more lore relevant things to talk about.
War, strife. You have proven your worth as soldiers of the Council. May your will and service continue unwavering for eternity.
Thanks to your efforts, mankind endures, though changed forever by Lucifer's plot.
Culling the aggressive humans you encountered was no doubt a grim task, but necessary. One that may help shape the Third Kingdom. Time will tell.
What humans remain must be watched closely, protected.
Listen thus. With the forging of these 7 seals, a great treaty shall be wrought in the name of the balance. They who break it shall suffer the Horseman's wrath.
Let our will be manifest within the seals. 3 from the children of heaven, 3 from the dwellers below, and a final seal from our own wisdom.
The Council has spoken.
So, there's a bunch of foreshadowing here and a bunch of really sad stuff. First of all, calling the aggressive humans and what humans remain kind of implies that they had to wipe out a decent chunk of humanity in order to prevent the animus from spreading everywhere. So, basically, that kind of implies that, so that kind of, when you think about it, means that they wiped out almost their entire own family and race in order to save humanity, and then they had to wipe out almost all of humanity. Like, that's gotta feel so absolutely demoralizing to both Strife and War. Like, imagine you are giving up everything you have in order to achieve some specific goal, and then you have to let go of that goal. That is just absolutely horrible. The other thing is, what we just saw was the new pact, which is essentially the truce between heaven and hell, which both demons and angels try to break on the regular, and becomes kind of the main job of the horsemen to make sure that everybody actually sticks to this pact. And as for the seals, I don't think it exactly meant that there are 3 specific angels which give the seals and 3 specific demons which give seals, but rather that it's just like 3 seals forged in heaven and 3 seals forged in hell, and then the final seal forged by the council. And the way it works basically is, once those 7 seals are not supposed to be broken until mankind is ready to join the final war for balance, and breaking 6 of those seals will already start the apocalypse, but breaking the 7th one will actually call the horsemen to Earth to fight, and it will call them from literally anywhere, like even if they are dead and thrown into the abyss, or their souls locked in the Well of Souls. If the 7th seal breaks, the horsemen come back, and their horses too, which is gonna be very important very soon. But yeah, so this entire game that we've been trying to basically stop Lucifer, we have actually been helping him along, and now most of humanity has been called. And yeah, they all need therapy, really, they all do. And like I said, the opening narration for this game basically implies that that Eden and this game happen right after one another. So that's just gotta suck completely. Now, this story takes place thousands of years before the next game, and in the meantime, what's going to happen is, after this, Death disappears for about 500 years, and then the entire story of the novel with the abominations happens. I'm just gonna summarize this here really quickly, because obviously it's a story in the novel, so we're not gonna see it in game except for references. Basically, what happens in the novel with the Grand Abominations is, the very first Nephilim who were ever created, the firstborn, decided that the very first world they would conquer was a world where creatures lived who could actually mold their bodies into tools. And it was Death's idea to go there because he was like, we could use their corpses to make weapons, like actual weapons that adapt and that can do stuff that no other weapons can. And those weapons were called the Grand Abominations. They were so incredibly powerful that even the Nephilim eventually stopped using them, and only the firstborn were allowed to use them. So eventually they stopped using them, they started destroying them or hiding them away, and 500 years after Eden, basically, an angel, and a rogue angel and a maker decide to dig up these weapons for their own purposes, and Death and War have to go and stop them. And during these entire shenanigans, Abaddon loses an eye. So that's why the next time we're going to see Abaddon, he's going to have an eye patch. And also during that time is the first time that War and Uriel are going to meet, but I'm going to go into that a little bit more when we get to Darksiders 1. But what you mainly need to know is that during the Abomination Vault novel, Abaddon loses an eye, and War and Death find out that the council is not beyond torturing them and not beyond basically mistreating them however they see fit. That the Watchers who are working for the Council have their own ulterior motives, and that the means to actually awaken and power the Grand Abominations get destroyed by death. So at least that's one thing we don't really have to worry about in the future, which is nice. But yeah, so that's what's gonna happen in between those games. Like I said, I'm gonna post a kind of synopsis, breakdown, examination of the comics on my blog very soon, so people can have a look at that if you don't want to go through the trouble of hunting down the comics, because they can be pretty hard to find, especially the first one. And next week we are going to start Darksiders 1. We're not going to play all of Darksiders 1 though, because Darksiders 1 is both the beginning and the end of the main series, insofar as the prologue takes place in year 0, which is the year of the apocalypse. It's never explained what year it is in game, but let's just assume it was the year that the game came out, which was 2010. And then the rest of the game takes place 100 years after the beginning of the apocalypse. And game 2 and 3 take place in between this time span. So what we're going to do is next week we're going to look at Darksiders 1 prologue, and then depending on how far we get or how much time that takes, it will probably not take the full 2 hours, we are going to jump into Darksiders 3. So there's going to be some switching games in next week's stream, so there's going to be a slight interruption, but that's essentially how we're going to do it. Until then, thank you guys for joining me today and for joining me throughout Darksiders Genesis. I hope you guys had fun. I hope it was informative. And yeah, next week, like I said, Darksiders 1. Same time, 8 p.m. Irish time on Sunday night. And hope to see you all again there. Until then, take care and stay safe. Alright then, have a good one guys. Bye bye.